Hello, welcome to the video notes for lesson 3.1. This is about relating graphs to events. This starts on page 1 in your notes packet, and here we go. So the target for this lesson is I can interpret, sketch, and analyze graphs from situations. Alright, so then we have this first example here, Electronic Arts Incorporated, EA, also known as EA Games or EA Sports, is an American developer, marketer, publisher, and distributor of video games headquartered in Redwood City, California. Founded and incorporated on May 28, 1982. The company was a pioneer in the early home computer games industry and was notable for promoting the designers and programmers responsible for its games. In 2011, EA was the world's third largest gaming company by revenue after Nintendo and Activision Blizzard. Below is the latest revenue report. So if you look, you can get a lot of information from this graph, and you can interpret and analyze what it means. And you'll see that we've got Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, mobile and handhelds, PC. I don't see the EA revenue on there, but there is, you can tell different things from the different shapes and the different increases or decreases and what they mean. And then we have the fiscal quarter, and that's talking about the amount of millions of dollars that these game companies are earning. Alright, so we're going to take, this is just basically a real world example of how a graph is used to discuss or compare different companies or different gaming systems. Alright, so over on the next page, page 2, we have an example. So we're going to label each section of change on the graph. These are Roman numerals. And describe what is happening in each section. Alright, so I'm going to go through first and label all the different sections. Then over on the right side in the space, I am going to come up with what they stand for. So here is section 1, or I. Here's section 2. Here is section 3. Section 4. Section 5, Section 6, that's VI, and Section 7. So we have 7 different sections. Alright, so we've got total distance, and it starts at 0 and it goes up, so that's increasing. So if I'm talking about section 1, the distance is increasing as the time is increasing. There is no constant rate though. So distance and time increasing. But not constantly. So put that in parentheses. And constant means that it's steady. In section 2, the distance is staying the same, but the time is increasing. So if we're talking about somebody that is maybe traveling, maybe they're, so to walk in the neighborhood, so maybe they found somewhere to stop. If they're walking a dog, maybe the dog had to stop and sniff around or something. The time is still increasing, but the distance is the same, so they're stopped, obviously. So the person is stopped. Section 3, we have distance and time increasing, but this time it is constant because we have a straight line. So distance and time increasing constantly. So that's like a person walking at a steady pace. Section 4 is the same as section 2. So I'm actually going to amend this right here. If I look at the graph, section 2, 4, and 6, are all distance is the same, time is increasing, so in other words, the person is stopped. And also, so now we're at section 5. This time, the distance is decreasing. The time is increasing. At a constant rate, or constantly. Constantly. Big idea to understand what the word constant means. It basically describes, in a graph, a linear situation. Okay? So the distance is decreased. So in other words, the person is heading back home. And then for section 7, this time the distance is decreasing, the time is increasing, but it is not constant. Distance decreasing, but time increasing, not constantly. So that's how you interpret a graph, or one way you can. Not constantly. That idea of constant is describing a linear situation. Okay, we have one more graph you're being asked to sketch. Okay, so let's read the situation. Sketch a graph of the altitude of a pelican from takeoff from shore to diving to the water to catch a fish. Label each section. Alright, so I'm going to help you sketch this, and then off to the side I want you to actually describe all of what this is. So we'll have a line coming from here, going like this. And then maybe we'll have a line like this. Then we're going to have a line like this, very sharp. And then maybe a little line like this. Actually, how about going right back up like that? Alright, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 sections. I want you to discuss what those 4 sections are over here in this space here. Now, hopefully you've been listening and paying attention the entire video, because right now I'm going to give you a chance to earn some points on your scoreboard. There are 4 sections for this graph. For each description that is shared, I will give you a point on your scoreboard, so that will be 4 points. As long as they are different people that are sharing them, and I don't want you to give it away by telling somebody what to do, because that would be cheating. So if 4 different people share what the what they labeled for each of these sections, and as long as it makes sense, then I will give you at least 4 points. I may even give you more if we get different answers that also make sense. No more than, we'll say 8 points total, okay? All right, that's all I have. If you have any questions, please make sure you come and see me or ask a friend or a parent for help. Good luck, and we'll see you in math.